Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Reaching Riches here. So I did have a few comments requesting that I go over how the spreadsheet works. So I'm gonna go over kind of high level on how everything works. So like from the buttons and the scripts to like all the formulas in here, so you guys can see how like making uh, the estimates every week and how I'm pulling all the data. Alright, so starting off, I guess we'll start off with all the buttons and what everything does. So first, we need to go over. Let's just do XCTE just because it makes it a little simpler. So let me just drag this down. So basically, every day I'll go in here, I'll go to my data tabs, and I'll import the latest data. So what that's really doing is if you go to QDTE, all the data is here on the website, but it's just not really easy to access. So typically when you're trying to pull data, you would just go inspect, find where everything is, and then you can auto download or pull the data that way. QDT or Roundhill, they didn't make it that easy, but they did put a link to all of their holdings. So I forget exactly where I found it. I think it was in maybe network or sources where I found it, but there is a website here. We go out at this. This is what you'll see when you first get into this website, which is it's basically all of their ETFs with all of their holdings. But for QDTE, XCTE, it's not their holding; it's their intraday trades. So to go through this, the easiest way is just the Control F for find, and then like if you're looking for YBTC or QTTE or XTTE, you can find it this way. So like XCTE is here. This is all the data for XCTE all the way up until right up until here. So this is all XCTE, and then you can just read on what they have. Or the easier way, what I did, is just 250 because that's their ID right here, and then this is all the holdings. So it takes out all the other mess so that you can just look at just XCTE. And then so my script here. So these are my script. I have 6 of them. 3 for QDT, 3 for XCTE, and then I have a test script here. So basically, when I import the data, it's searching this website. It's looking for keywords in there, and then it's just parsing through it, pulling the date, the ticker, the strike, contracts, number of contracts, average, like premium or average price per contract, and then this is the market value. So and then here I just manually put these. This is outstanding shares, just so I can see it. So it pulls these rows here, or these columns here, and then when we go here into the normal sheet, here, let's go and import that so you guys can see it, and then I'll show you the other side. So okay, so here, just watch row 48. When I hit import, this is gonna fill in. It's gonna be pretty quick. Boom, done. Alright, so it pulled pretty much the same thing here, just because that's all they have on there still is this trade. So now it pulled the exact same stuff. So here, when we go to XCTE, so now I'll go here and I'll just insert a new row, and what that does, it's gonna fill in the date. It's gonna input whatever date it pulled from the data, gonna pull the ticker, the quantity, average price, and then the rest of these formulas are just copied over from the previous row. Sorry, so we'll see that here. So go insert row. See, it's copying all the old formulas, and then input all of the data from the data sheet. So here we see 426 SPX. Cell is always, I have the script to always put cell in here because we're never going to have a buy because this is a short calls. Quantity, it pulls that from data. Average price, it pulls that from data. Premium collected. So premium collected is just here. So quantity times average price times 100 because it's 100 shares in a contract. And then I put absolute value because I always want it to be positive. Probably don't need it because it's probably never going to be negative, but I just have an absolute value. Open and close usually. I mean, I could have it input in the script. I just haven't updated it yet. Why are these messed up? Okay. So what I would do though is I would do this formula, which I got from Happy Camper with Dividends, or as many of you guys know her, Corey. She gave me this formula, or she made a video about this formula, and I watched it and I used it, and it works great. So it's basically index Google Finance, and then it's taking the ticker, which is this right here, and then it's taking the attribute. The attribute would be open, and then it takes the date, which would be, in this case, since it's in this row, it's taking this date. If it's over here, then it would take one of these dates. So I just correlate it to whatever row it's in. And then 2.2, just so, or 2 comma, or comma 2 comma 2, just so it only gives me the price. Because if you don't put that and you don't have an index, it'll give you like it'll take up a few rows. It'll give you like a date and then open and then all that. And this way, I only want the number. So that's this right here. So typically, I'll do that. So I'll use well, when I update this, I'll just copy these formulas up just so it can pull the opening price for all of these days for SPX. Then I'll do the same thing here. I'll just change the attribute to close, and that'll be that. Percent out of the money. We look at this one because it's a working one. So this is, I always like my values to be positive if it needs to be positive, or negative if it needs to be negative. So like if they took a loss, I want it to be negative. So because I know some others use like the accounting one where it like puts it in brackets, makes it red and stuff. I don't do that. I think this is easiest for me. So a percent out of the money, it takes the open. So it should be, let's see. So it should be H20, which is strike, minus the open, divided by the open, and then times 100, and that is percent out of the money. So usually, maybe I should average this to see what the average percent out of the money is. Oh, these ones got messed up. Okay, so let's go see what, I'm curious now. What's the average? Average of 0.5% out of the money. Okay. Alright, so yeah, so this calculates the percent out of the money. To break even is just it's a strike price plus the average price, and then that will give you your break even. So so like over here, so the break even was 192. So if this closed below 192, we still would have been in some level of profit. But since this blew through it by about $8, we had to pay more than what we collected to close this. Alright, so that is break even, cost to close. So this is just pretty much saying if the strike price is above the close, it will put a 0. If it's not above the close, then we will see how much we need to pay to close that. And that formula is the strike price minus the close times what is this, times the number of contracts times 100, and that's how we can figure out how much that we need to pay to close. And then here it's just saying that if L28, which is this one, so if this is greater than 0, then we take wait, sorry, if, let's see, L28 is less than 0.0001, then we, okay, so pretty much what this is saying is that if this is, or sorry, if this value in column L is 0, then that means we get full profit. If it's not 0, then we're gonna minus the premium collected with the cost to close, and that's what this will show here. So if it's 0, full profit. If it's not 0, that means we had to pay something to close it, and then this is just taking a calculation of premium collected minus cost to close, and that's what we get. Alright, and then this one, this is looking at M15. So if this is greater than 0, then it's going to print a win. If it's less than 0, so like a negative number, then it's going to print a loss. So that's kind of how all that works. And the strike, so the reveal, it's literally just iterates through a bunch of numbers. I think I only set it to like around the 5,000s, so that's why when you guys go here, you look at like X and D, that's way under 5,000s. It looks weird because it iterates through a bunch of random numbers from like 5,000 to like I forget, everything's like 6,000 or something, and then it lands on like something way lower. So I haven't really fine-tuned it and didn't really find a need to. I mean, I could, but yeah, so that's kind of how the review works. So it iterates, I believe it's like 8 times. I just adjusted it just because I felt like it was taking a little while to reveal, but it iterates 8 times, and it prints a random number 8 times, and then on that like 9th time it'll print the real number, so the real strike, and this gets the data from the data sheets. Alright, and then so these ones up here, these are looking at, so this is just calculating the premiums, all the premiums collected, and then it's looking for a date range in here. So pretty much it's looking for let's go look at it, that's this one. So this one is looking for the trade dates of 16 right here to the 22, and it's only calculating the total amount of premiums here for that date range. This one is this is just a running profit loss. This one, it's interesting to look at, but I know that Roundhill isn't really considering this at all. Maybe by year end they'll balance out their balance sheet and figure out what that's going to be. Sorry, I didn't fill out this one. Okay, so but this one, running profit loss, it's taking this column M and just minusing it from where it's calculating it all. So like here M, and it looks for the date ranges of 23 to 29, at least for this square or this cell, and then it's summing it all up. So if this sum is for this week is positive, or whatever the sum is, it'll print here. So like this one on April 8th, we can look at this one, was negative because we had this huge loss here. So yeah, negative 7744, and that's what that is here. So that's how these blocks work. Pretty much at the end of, or I try at the end of every video, I'll go and move this over here just so we can see what it was for that week. I did it for QTTE. I haven't done it for XCTE yet. And then the last tab here is QTTE. This is just aggregating all the data. So these are the trade dates, declaration X date, pay date. So this is this week, or this is the one I just went over, and and we're just waiting for the actual div. So this is just outsetting shares. I just typed that in. That's fine. This one is premium collected. I just pulled that data from these cells here, and then dividend per share. I just pulled that data from here also. So that's how all of this works. I am working on something new here, just to try to see how the night effect works. Someone did comment asking if the overnight exposure, or he just asked if I'm tracking it, and I was previously, then I stopped just because I wasn't really sure what I was even looking at. So this is something I'm trying to work out. I'm still trying to understand all of it. So I'm not sure if this will be in a video anytime soon, but I am working on something here. If you guys understand more on how the night effect works, or just like, well, the night effect is basically just capturing the gap ups and gap downs over during the overnight trading or after hours trading. I did read something that said that it's what is this gapping up, gapping down after hours. It's called the night effect. So I did read something that says that stocks tend to outperform in after hours instead of the during the day. So I'm just looking into it. I just have QDTE, Nasdaq, and XND. These are basically the same. So, but QDT is. I'm trying to understand what's going on here. So if you guys do understand this, please let me know, because I'm trying to figure it out. So yeah, so that's basically it. This is how the spreadsheet works. I guess last thing here is the win percentage. It's just counting how many wins there are against how many losses there are, and putting it into a percentage here. So this one I do have to update manually. But right now they're at 77.97% win rate, and this one at XCT is 78.57. But yeah, so that's all of it. That's how the spreadsheet works. If you guys had any questions, please let me know. Let me know if I can answer anything for you guys, or if you guys can help me out understanding the night effect on how all this gap up, gap down is really working, because there's it's not adding up that Nasdaq is at least from March 25th to now is down $497, but this is not. Well, I mean, it doesn't move with the index as it should, or as I would expect it to. So it's a little weird. So yeah, so if you guys could help me out with that, if you understand it. If not, it's alright. I'm gonna try to figure it out if I can. But yeah, so that's it. That's how everything works. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Alright, I'm out.